Hello dear students, welcome to Maths Zone. In this session, we shall learn the solutions of exercise 1.2 real numbers class 10. The concepts of this exercise I have explained very clear in the previous video. If you have missed watching that, watch it first. Because if you know the concepts, you can solve the problems easily, isn't it? Before getting into video, please do subscribe my channel as well as click the bell icon also. Whenever I upload the videos, you will get the notifications also. If you like my video, share it to your friends. Without any further delay, let's get into the class. Students, let us move on to the first question. Express each of the following numbers as a product of its prime factors. This you have known in earlier classes. You have learnt in earlier classes. Students, first question. Express each of the following numbers as a product of its prime factors. Here given 140. So it's a very simple, you have known in earlier classes, isn't it? When you do prime factors is factorization, we shall do this by division method. Here, how will you do this prime factorize? Here, you can use all divisibility rules. When you have 0 in units place, what will you do? You will take 2 or 5. Here I am taking 2, which is lesser number, so 2 7 times. 2 7 times 14, then 0. Next, here 0 in units place, again 2, take 2, 2 3 is 6, 1 is remainder 10, 2 5 is. Then when you have 5 in unit space, then go with 5 table. 5 7s. Then 7 is a prime number, you have known 7 1 times. Whenever you get 1, then stop this process. So 140 is equals to, how can you write? 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied 5 multiplied 7. So 2 into 5 into 7. It can be expressed 2 into 2 square. How many times 2? We have 2 times. So, it can be expressed it as 2 square into 5 into 7. This is your answer. It's a very simple question which you have learned in earlier classes. Just recall 150 2 times, again 70 2 times, 35. Here in unit place you have 5, then apply the divisibility rule of 5. So 5 7s, 7 1s. When you get 1 last, stop this process and write these prime numbers, prime factors. Here 2 into 5 into 7. How many 2's are there? 2 times. So you can write it as 2 square. 2 square into 5 into 7. This is your answer. Here. Now move on to the next question. Next one. 156. How can we prime factorize? Same method. When you have 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8 is divisible by 2. Then go with 2. 2, how many times? It goes 2 7s are 14, 1 is remainder, it will be 16. So 2 8 times. Then again 8, go with 2. 2 3s are 3 times. 6, 1 is remainder, so it becomes 18 to 9 times. Here 9 is there. So now you can take 3 table. 3 1 time, 3 times. 13 is a prime number. You can write it 13 1 times 30. 156 expressed can express it as 2 into, how many 2's are there? 2 into 2 multiplied 2 multiplied 3 multiplied 30. So I can write it 2 square. How many 2's are there? 2 times. So 2 square into 3 into 30. 156 is equals to 2 square into 3 into 30. So simple. Here you have to remember all divisibility rules. That's it. What are prime numbers? You have known prime number starts with 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 30, 17, 19, 23, 29. In the first bit, we have to use these. Clear? Let's move on to the next question. 3, 8, 2, 5. 3, 8. Here also we can use divisibility rule. If you have 5 in units place, then go with 5. 5, 7's 35. So 3 is the remainder, 32. It becomes 32. So 5 6 times. Now remainder is 2. It becomes 25. So 5 5 is 25. Then go with 5. 5 1's are 5. 2 is a remainder. 5 5 is a 25. 1 is remainder 15. So 5 3 times. Then go with, now 3 is there. Now go with 3. 3 5's are 15. 3 1's are. Now again go with 3. 3 table. 3 1 time. Now 2 is remainder 21. It becomes 21. So 3 7 times. Now 17. Here we got prime number. So 17 ones are. Whenever you got 1, then stop this process. Write these all prime factors of 3, 8, 2, 5 is equals to 5 is multiplied by 5 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 7. 3, 8, 2, 5 can be expressed as 5. How many 5's are there? 5 square into 2 times 3 means 3 square into 17. That's it. It's a very simple. Let us move on to next question. Fourth one, 5005. Here in its place we have 5 only. So we can take with 5. 5 one time, 0, 0, 5 one time. If you have 1 in unit place, you can go with 3 or 7 or 11. So now check with 3. 3 3's are 9. 1 is remainder. 1 is remainder. 3 3's are 9. 11. It's not going. Let's take 7 table. 7 1's are 7. 3 is remainder. So 30. 7 4's are 28. 2 is remainder. 21. 7 3 times. Now let's take with 7 table. 7 1 time. 3 is remainder. 30. It becomes 30. 7 4 times 28. Now remainder is 2. 21. It becomes 21. So 7 3 times. Now check the divisibility rules. Let us check with 11. 11 ones are 11. 11 1 times 11. Remainder is 3. 33. So 11 3's are. So we can take 11. 11 1 time 11. 3 is remainder. It becomes 33. Then 3 11 3 times. Here we got prime number. When you get 1, then stop this process and write all these prime factors. So 5 0 0 5 is equals to 5 is multiplied by 5 multiplied by 7 multiplied 11, 3. It can be expressed all are different prime factors. So the 5005 is equals to 5 can be expressed as 5 into 7 into 11 into 13. Clear? Now move on to the next question. 7429. Now you can check these divisibility rules and apply these prime numbers. So 17. Now go with 19. Let us check this. 19 2 times. 19 2s are 38. So 5 is the remainder. It becomes 57. So 19 3 times it will go. So I will take 19. 19 2 times 38. So 5 is the remainder. It becomes 57. So 19 3 times. Then we got prime number. So stop it. It can be 7429 can be expressed as 17 into 19 into 23. Clear? Students, these are very simple. You should remember these prime factors as well as divisibility rules also. Now move on to the next question. Second one. Find the LCM and HCF of these numbers 12, 15, 21. Now what is LCM? How to find out LCM? Students, I am going to teach you the easiest and simplest method of LCM. LCM means what? Here LCM means least common multiple or lowest common multiple. The condition of LCM is product of greatest power of each prime factors involved. For LCM, for finding LCM, the product of greatest power. For lowest common multiple, you should take product of greatest power. For lowest common multiple, you should take greatest power. You should take greatest power. For lowest, you should take greatest. Just reverse of it. So, you should remember least common multiple, you should take the product of greatest power. In this, great and also greatest power of each prime factor involved. Each, we should take each prime factor and greatest. Understood? And HCF means for highest, HCF means highest common multiple. So condition of HCF is the product of smallest power of each common factor. For highest common factor, we should find out we should take the lowest power of common factor. So HCF for highest, we should take the smallest power. In this least, lowest, for low, we should take greatest. Just reverse of it. Here, product of smallest power of each common factors. The smallest for highest, for finding highest common factor. So we should take the lowest common factor. The smallest, highest, smallest. Just reverse of it. Don't confuse. I will teach you the simplest and easiest method. Okay, now we will take 12 factors of 12. How can we write it? 2 into 2 into 3. These are the prime numbers. So, you can find out the prime factors. What are the prime numbers? 2 starts with 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29. and so on. Here 12 is equals to, you can write it 2 into 2 into. Now take 15, 3 into 5. Now 21 can be expressed as 3 7 times. Okay, how can we write here? 2 into 2 is nothing but 2 square into 3. In this 3 into 5, write as it is 3 into 5. Now for LCM, how can we take in this product of greatest power? Greatest power of each prime factors in value. Write all prime factors. What are their prime factors? 2, in this 3, in this 5, 7. These are the prime factors of these numbers. Here 2 is there, in this 3 is there. 15, 3 and 5 is there. 3 and 5, 3 and 7. So all prime factors, all prime numbers, we can write all prime numbers. So the greatest power in these two, greatest power of 2 is 2 square. So we can express it 12, LCM of 12, 15, 21 is 2 square into 3 into 5 into 7. You can multiply and write the answer. Then how to find out HCF? What is our condition? For highest common multiple, then we can take lowest common factor. Yes, lowest means smallest common factor. Product of smallest power of each common factor. So smallest power of each common factor. Now we should find out the common factor, common number. In these three, what is the common number in this? 3 is there. 3 is there. In this also, in 15, factors of 15, 3 is there. Factors of 21 also, 3 is there. So you can take this 3 as common. So no other common numbers are there. So only 3 is the common for all 3. 12, 15, 21. So our HCF is 3. Understood? Now move on to the next question. 17, find the HCF of LCM and HCF of 17, 23 and 29. So 17 is equals to, how can we write? 17 is a prime number, we have known. How can we express it? 1 into 17. Next 23 also prime number. So it can be expressed as 1 into 23. 29 also 1 into 29. For finding LCM, we have known our rule, the product of greatest power of each prime factor. Now we can write each prime factors. 17 into 23 and 29. So greatest power of each prime factors. The greatest power, only power is, there is no greatest power. So 17 into 23 into 29. Multiply and you will get answer. For finding HCF, this is for LCM, HCF. What is our condition? For highest common factor, we should take the smallest common number. So, smallest power of each common factor. There is no common factors. See, there is no common number. Only 1 is the common. So, we can write it. HCF is 1. Understood? There is no common other than 1. So, 1 is our HCF. We can express it as 17 is equals to 1 into 17. 23 is equals to 1 into 23, because in this given all these numbers are prime number. 1 is the common. So HCF is equals to 1. Understood? Now move on to the next one. 8, 9, 25. How can we write 8 is equals to product of prime factors 2 into 2 into 2. Here 9 is equals to 3 into 3. 25 is equals to 5 into 5. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 is equals nothing but 2 cube. Here 3 square. Here 5 square. The LCM, the condition of LCM is equals to for least common multiple, we should take the greatest power of all prime factors. You can take all prime factors 2 cube 3 square into 5 square. All prime factors which is greatest power of all prime factors. So now HCF. There is no common. You should write it as 1. Okay. There is no common except 1. So our HCF is 1. The common is very very important. The product of smallest power of each common factor. So there is no common. That you can write it 1. Okay. Understood? Now move on to the next one. 72 and 108. 108. Let us take 72. 72. Apply the divisibility rule. When you have 2 in one's place or units place, you can take 2. 2 3s are 6, 1 is a remainder. It becomes 12. 2 6 times. 2 18 times. 2 9 times. Then go with 3. Apply the divisibility rule. 3 3s are 9. How can we write in this 108? Go with 2 also. Here 8 is there, then apply the divisibility rule of 2. 2 5s are 2 4. Again 4. Then go with 2. 2 2s are 2 7s are. Then 3. 3 9s are. 3 times. So 72 expressed as the prime factors 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 3. How can we write? How many 2's are there? 3 times 2. That means 2 cube and 3 square. 2 times are there. So 3 square. Now come to 108. How can we write? 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 3. How many 2's are there? 2 times. So we can write it as 2 square. We can write it 3. 3 times 3. That means 3 cube. LCM. What is our condition? LCM is all involved all prime factors 2 and 3. 2 and 3. In this we have 2 and 3. In this also 2 and 3. What is our condition? Greatest power of each prime factor. Which one is the greatest in this 2 cube or 2 square? 2 cube is the greatest. So we can take 2 cube. Then in this, among these, which one is greatest power? 3 cube. So the LCM is 2 cube into 3 cube. Then what is our HCF? HCF means product of smallest power of each common factor. First we should find out the common factors. Which one is common? Least, smallest power. So in the smallest power, for finding highest common factor, we should take smallest power of common factors. Which one is the smallest in these? 2 square. So 2 square into, in this, which one is the common? Which one is the smallest power? 3 square or 3 cube? Obviously 3 square. So this is our HCF. This one is our LCM. Understood? Now last one, 3 606 and 657. Same this way, 306. 30, let us take 306. Take with 2. So 2 one time, 1 is the remainder, 2 5 is the 10, 2 3 times. So now go with 3 table, 3 5s, 3 5 times. Now 3 1 time. Again go with 3, 3 1 time, 2 is the remainder, becomes 21, so 3 7 times. 17 is a prime number, so 17 1 time. Now 650, take 657. You can take 3 table, 3 2s are 6. Let us check with 3. 3 2s are 6, 3 1 time, 2 is the remainder, 27, 3 9s. Yes, it goes. So 3 1 time, 3 9s are. Again go with 3, 3 7 times, 3 3 times. 73 is a prime number. So then you can stop this process. Now write the prime factors of 306. How can we write? 2 into 3 into 3 into 17. That means 2 into, how many 3's are there? 3 square into 7. Now 657 is equals to 3 into 3 into 73. 3 square into 73. How can we write LCM? How can we find LCM? LCM is all, we should write all prime factors. 2 into 3 into, how many prime numbers are there? So 2, 3, 17. 2, 3, 17 and 73. The greatest power, we should take greatest power of these prime factors. In this, among these greatest power, all are same. In this 3 square, in this also 3 square. You can write 3 square, greatest power. So multiply and you will get the answer. Now HCF, come to HCF. Which one is the common? Which one is the common and smallest power of each common factor? This one is common. So HCF is equals to 3 square. 3 square nothing but 9. Understood? Very easy and simplest method which I have explained. Isn't it? Students, we should remember these 2 points. That's it. First one is LCM. LCM is for least common multiple, we should take greatest power of all, product of greatest power of all prime factors involved. For finding HCF, highest common factor, we should take the smallest power of each common factors. That you should remember. Now come to the third question. Check whether 6 power n can end with the digit 0 for any natural number n. So 6 power n is equals to, we don't know this, the can end with the digit 0. Here you would place 0. How can it possible for any for natural number? What are natural numbers? 1, 2, so on. How can it possible? So let us check. Just recall the divisibility rule of 5. Students, concentrate on this question. The logic of this question is, if you want 0 in the units place, then 5 should be one of the factor of this. Now check the factors of 6. 6 is equals to, factors of 6 is equals to 2 into 3. How can we write 6 power n is equals to 2 into 3 whole power n? There is no 5. How can it possible end with 0. So this will not possible. 6 power cannot end with 0. 6 power n cannot end with the digit 0. Understood? Then what number end with 6 power? Then n is equal 6 power n is equals to 1. 6 power 2 is equals to 36. End with the digit 6 only in this. Come to the next question. Explain why 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13 and 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5 are composite numbers. We have known composite numbers. Every composite number can be expressed as a product of primes. Every composite number. Then what are composite numbers? Just recall the composite numbers. Composite number having more than 2 factors. Having more than 2 factors. Let us take 6 is a composite number. Let us take the factors of 6, 2, 3 and 6. More than 2. 1, 2, 3 and 6. So more than 2 factors, that means composite number. Composite numbers except 1 and prime numbers. Remaining all numbers we call composite numbers. So every composite number can be expressed as a product of prime number. Every composite number can be expressed, that means factorized as a product of primes. Here let me take 11 into 13 plus 13. In these two terms are there. The whole number divides into two terms. In this, the product of these one term and another term is this 13. So now we can take common number. When we have two terms, we should take, is there any common? Yes, common number is 13. So 13 is the common of these two numbers. Okay, this one treated as one term, here second term. So we should take common 13. So what are the remaining terms? 13. What are the leftover? 77 into 11 plus what is the leftover in the second term? 13 is 13 here. So 13 ones are 13. Then how can we write 13? 7 11s are 77 plus 1. 7 into 11 means 77. We should multiply. 77 plus 1. 77 plus 1 means 78. Now we should find out the factors of this 78. 78. In units place 8 is there. We can go with 2. 2, 30. 2 3s are 6. 2 9s are. So 3 1 time, 3 3 times. So 31. How can we express as product? How can we write this? 13, 78. You can write it as 2 into multiple of 2 into 3 into 30. So these are the product of prime. So every composite number can be expressed as a product of prime. Is this composite number or not? Yes, it is a composite number. Why? Because we expressed it as prime factors. Product of prime factors. Okay, product of primes. These are the prime numbers. So it's a composite number. Now let us take another one. 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5. Here also, here also multiplication symbol, so that you have to treat as one term. So another term is there. There are two terms. The whole thing you have to take one term, take it as one term, and this one second term. So in this, which one is common? The 5, in this 5 is there, in this also 5 is there. Let us take 5 as common. Then left over with what numbers? 7 into 6 into 5 is right. 5 is here. Then left over 4, 3, 2 into 1. Okay. Next plus 1. 5 is there. So plus 1. Five as common number. So left over with 1. So multiply all these. 7, 6. We can write it in the form of primes. So 2 into 3. This 4 we can write as 2 into 2. In this, write as it is. Why? Because these are prime numbers. So 3 into 1 plus 1. Multiply all these. So students, multiply all these. 7 6 7 5 30. 7 6 42. 4 3 12. 12 2 24. 24 into 42. 4 2 8. 4 4 16. 2 2 4. 2 4 8. 8 10. 1 carry 10. Here we can write it as 1008 plus 1. That means 5. 1008 plus 1, 1009. Then we can write in the form of prime factors. So 5 into 1009. Okay, this number can be expressed as the factors, prime factors, 5 into 009. Why? Because it's a composite number. So when you are taking this 5 as common, we have known it's a composite number. The factors of composite number more than 2. So more than 2 means here 1 5 1009 and this whole number. So that's why it's a composite number. So 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13 and 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5 are composite numbers. So composite, given is a composite number. Here every composite number can be expressed as a product of primes. Here product of primes. Product of primes. This product of prime numbers. So that's why we are calling this composite number. This also composite in the form of this number in the form of prime numbers, expressed as prime number, product of prime number. So that's why it's called composite number. students, come to the next sum. How will you show that 17 into 11 into 2 plus 17 into 11 into 5 are composite numbers? We have known what are composite. Any composite number can be expressed as the product of primes. So, in these two terms are there. This whole number divides into two terms. Take 17 into 11 into 2 plus 17 into 11 into 5. What are the common numbers in this? What are the common numbers? 17 into 11 in this and also 17 into 11 in this. So, we should take 17 into 11 as common. What are the leftover? 2 plus in this 5. So 17 into 11, 2 plus 5 means 7. How can we write factors of these? You can write with a small number. So 7 bracket means what? 7 into multiplication symbol, 7 into 7. So what are the factors? 7. How can we express? How can we express 7 into 11 into 17? These are the given is composite numbers. Why? Because here are the prime numbers. You can express the composite number as a product of prime. As a product of primes. These are primes. So given is composite number. We expressed it as 7 into 11 into 17. Clear? Here we expressed other than 2 factors. That means composite number. Composite number nothing but more than 2 factors. So here these are the factors, prime factors. So that's why it's called composite number. It expressed it as 7 into 11 into 70. Is it clear? Now last question of this exercise, 6th one. What is the last digit of 6 power 100? So what is the last digit of 6 power 100? So in this place 6 power 1 is equals to, we have known 6 power 1 is equals to 6. Then 6 power 2 is equals to what? 6 into 6 means 36. 6 power 3 is equals to 6 into 6, 36 into 6. That means 216. In this way, the students observe this. There is no change in units place. The last digit means units place. Units place. In this unit place, there is no change. In these cases, there is no change in units place. So, the last digit of 6 power, in this way 6 power 100 is equals to, in last digit 6. Okay, end with the digit 6. So what is the last digit of 6 power 100? Here we have no 6 power 1, 6, 6 power 2, 36. Observe this units place. Here 6, here also 6, here also 6. So there is no change in units place. For 6 power 100 also there is no change in units place. Here is units place. So end with the digit. What last digit? Last digit is 6. The last digit is 6. It's a very simple, isn't it? Understood? Students, I am sure you would have understood these problems of exercise 1.2. If you like my video, just click the like button and share it to your friends. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. See you next class.